Well, I'm gonna show you some things that I use to detail my car. This here is a Mother's California Gold Showtime Instant Detailer. You can use this to do a quick touch-up, or use this actually to clay your car. It acts as a lubricant between the clay bar and the paint, so to help the clay bar work more efficiently and glide across the surface more smoothly. And then this here is the Mother's California Gold Spray Wax. It smells like bubble gum, and it's a really good spray wax. Actually, I don't play favorites, but I like both detailers and spray waxes from Mother's and Meguiar's. They both have a really good products going on with their product lineup, so they're both pretty good. And then here is the Mother's glass cleaner. It is ammonia free, so it is safe on tinted windows. The same as this here, this Meguiar's Perfect Clarity glass cleaner. With glass cleaners, I would, you can use any microfiber towel, but if you're really particular about streaks and stuff like that, I would use like a waffle weave glass towel, which I'll show you in another video. And then with like a detailer, I would use like either Meguiar's or Mother's offers them. Meguiar's calls them a Supreme Shine towel. Mother's calls them a multi-purpose microfiber towel, but I don't use them for multi-purpose. I use them for mainly one specific thing, and that's it. Because you just don't want to mix product up and run the risk of getting something smeared on your car or something like that, especially glass cleaner. You don't want to mix a towel that uses glass cleaner and use it for detailing your car. That's a no-no. That'll definitely streak big time. And then this here is Meguiar's Ultimate Wash and Wax. This is something that is a very good product to use if you live in a condo or apartment and you have water restrictions to wash a car or whatever, or there's just you don't have the time or the money to wash it. That's a quick and easy fix. As long as you got a bunch of Supreme Shine towels from Mother's or Meguiar's or whatever, this will be easy for you. If your car is really muddy, I would I'd recommend getting all of it off before you rinse or do something like this. But if you go mudding or whatever, then that ain't gonna do anything. It's not even gonna do one little thing. I mean, you're gonna have to basically wash the car pretty good to get everything off there. But if you just live in the city and it's dusty or dirty or rainwater or whatever, that does a really good job. I haven't tried it yet, but I know that it works, so that's a good thing. So it's basically just a car wash in a bottle, without the use of a bucket and water and a hose. So that's really good. Then this here's Meguiar's Gold Class shampoo and conditioner car wash. It smells really good too. It works really well. It's like a conditioner and a shampoo, or it conditions the paint like you wash your hair with the shampoo and conditioner. It's pH balanced. All the Meguiar's and Mother's car wash soaps are pH balanced, so they're not going to strip any wax protection that you already have on your vehicle. So that's a plus. And then this is one of the car washes I use quite a bit. It's the Meguiar's Ultimate Wash and Wax. It's literally the best wash and wax soap I've used yet, besides a Mother's Wash and Wax. It's the Carnauba Wash and Wax. This is a really good soap, actually. For 64 ounces of soap for $9, that's not bad at all. And for 16 ounces of Meguiar's, for I think I paid $5 or $6 for a bottle of this. But one of these, they do sell these sizes of bottles individually too, but they also come with a new car care kit as well. And that's another thing that you can do too. Or if you use a lot of soap, you can get a big container like this. you can get a 48 ounce of this for $8. So I mean, it's somewhat cheap and expensive compared to some of Mother's stuff, but it just really depends on personal preference. So I mean, it's up to you what you want to get. And again, it's not trying to tell you what to get or anything, but it's your choice of what you want to buy for stuff. But these are things that I personally recommend because of my personal experience with them. And then this here's a Mother's Back to Black Tire Shine. It's a really good shine. It's very easy to spread a nice thin coated sheet of gloss to your tires and stuff like that, and it doesn't fling off like traditional types of tire shines or whatever. And then this is Meguiar's version. It's their Hot Shine tire spray. Basically, they're both the same thing. So a lot of people have a lot of choices when it comes to buying stuff like this, and I can recommend mostly Meguiar's and Mother's. I've mostly used Meguiar's for quite some time now, but Mother's has come into my life to where I need their stuff in my arsenal too. I just don't want to have just one, my eyes set on just one. I like to have at least two that I'll like to work with. So, that's another thing that you can consider. The easiest way to do that is with a foam applicator pad that you don't use for waxing. I like to get everything specifically made for one thing. So I got all my stuff for washing, and I got my stuff for just polishing, and I got towels for just glass cleaning, and I got stuff for tire and wheel stuff. And then when you need to wash your wheels, in today's world, how wheels are made and finished, they're mainly painted now. So the wheel cleaner is very vital into cleaning them the way that they should be. One of the few things that I recommend doing is get a good wheel cleaner. This is a safe, good wheel cleaner that's good on it. Any painted wheel, or basically every wheel, pretty much. I want to put it that way. And the best way to do that is to get good cleaning is spray it on your wheels and tires when they're dry. I used to wet them down, or to loosen some of the dirt, thinking that would help, but come to find out that when you're using this foaming stuff, anything foaming, you gotta let it go on there dry. I don't know what the story is behind it, but I guess foaming stuff works better on surfaces that are dry, especially wheels. So you might want to double check depending on what you're cleaning other than wheels. Definitely not but that's what I would do. And then this here's a Meguiar's Ultimate Paste Wax. It's Meguiar's Ultimate wax, or most advanced wax ever. It's very easy to spread out a nice thin coat of wax over the car. It's easy to remove when you're done. It's not gonna fight you to remove or anything like that, and it has a nice scent to it. It kind of smells like a vanilla and banana mix. I think more like a vanilla, I think, but it's paste, and it comes in a nice design jar or can. And when you buy the kit, no matter if you buy the paste or the liquid wax, you always get a towel and a microfiber or a foam applicator pad. And the pad sits right inside there. There's a little plastic thing right here it's actually in there backwards. I kept it in there for some reason. I don't know why, but the foam pad sits right inside the lid there, and then it screws in there, and then you got your towel that comes with it behind that. So it comes with liquid or paste, and you get the towel and the applicator pad in either kits. And then this is the only thing I don't like about Mother's wax is this is a good wax, but it's like $14 or $15 for a can of that, and you don't get a applicator pad or a towel or nothing with it. I mean, who are they kidding that? I mean, do you think do they just expect you to buy something this expensive and not get a applicator pad at least with it? Or, I mean, I know it's a good product, but I mean, seriously, you're trying to, in today's economy, you got, if you're going to buy something, you got to get more out of your money. And it sounds kind of mean, but that's the way I like to spend my money. I like to get the most out of my money. But next up is, if you got a paint issue, a lot of this comes up. If you've got any kind of paint defect, what do you do? Well, Meguiar's has 3 easy solutions. So that Mothers offers the same thing. I don't have them yet, and I'm still yet to get them. But one of the things that Meguiar's offers is this Meguiar's Scratch X 2.0. This is a really good scratch and fine blemish remover, or fine scratch and blemish remover. I said that backwards. It works very well either by hand or dual action polisher. If you work it in by hand, you just gotta keep going over it and providing, moderate to somewhat heavy pressure. You don't want to put too much heavy pressure on there, because then you might, get the paint too warm and might even possibly burn it, just like a old traditional orbital buffer. So I would just do it by hand with moderate to light pressure, and just keep working it in, depending on the way the scratch is. If it's straight, go in the straight motion. If it's kind of straight and curved, go with that. And, or, you can even do it in circular motions, overlapping passes. A lot of car guys and people in today's car hobby, they have an issue that sometimes can't be avoided. It's that's swirl marks and holograms and stuff like that. Any type of scratch or mark. And people ask how to get rid of that. Well, what I like to get, I used to have stuff like this, and I didn't have it, and I just actually went and picked up a new bottle of it at my work. I bought this Meguiar's Swirl X Swirl Remover. It's a very good product. It removes good swirl marks. It's mainly designed for light to moderate swirl marks and stuff like that in the paint. If you have anything that's more moderate, heavier, I would go to this Meguiar's Ultimate Compound. This stuff does a lot of multiple things, but it's more aggressive than a Swirl X remover. And when I mean aggressive, it cuts more to get to the defect more. I would start with the least aggressive product as possible, mainly because if the product isn't that, or if the issue is not very much, very far in the paint, you don't need to use the most aggressive product out there, because you don't want to use something that aggressive on a defect that's minor, and you want to end up taking too much paint or anything off like that. And this actually removes oxidation, scratches, water spots, blemishes, but obviously without scratching. So you're safe there. You're not gonna do anything. And people ask, oh, it's gonna remove some of my paint. Well, technically it's not removing any paint. It's actually removing some clear coat to get to the defect, because a lot of times a mark is in the clear, and you can tell if it's in the clear coat or the paint simply by 2 ways. If it's in the clear coat, you can't feel it. If you can barely feel it, it's in the last part of the clear coat and into the paint, but it might be a bad buff mark to where it's kind of like where it feels like tar. So it could be just exactly on top of the clear coat, and it might be a thick mark or whatever. Secondly, if it's in the paint, you'll definitely feel it, and that's below the surface. That means you're gonna have to go through, basically a paint repainting process of that, or a touch-up or whatever. I would personally repaint the whole panel, but just because that's just me, and a touch-up is gonna be okay. But anyhow, next thing, when you clay your car, the next step after that is do the step before waxing, which is polishing. This Ultimate Polish is very good. I haven't used it yet on my old car. I actually did a test spot once and it did waxing, so pretty good stuff actually. And then this here is the liquid form of the liquid wax. So you get this size of bottle, you get 16-ounce bottle, microfiber towel, and foam applicator pad for under 20 bucks, and you get the paste wax for maybe 25 bucks. At O'Reilly's, Walmart don't carry the paste wax, but I would go with the liquid wax. But wheel stuff, we'll talk about that in a bit too. And then people ask, okay, if I have a scratch on clear plastic or a window, what do I do? Well, there's an easy solution to it. Meguiar's came up with this brilliant idea to come up with this stuff called Plastex. And this is a small bottle that came with a headlight restoration kit that I bought a year ago that I no longer have anymore. And this is a good stuff. You can use this on your clear lens of your speedometer, or even your actual window, or your headlamps or tail lamps. Even anything that's clear and it's plastic or glass. You could probably use it on any other surfaces too. You could probably use it on CDs too. So, and then on headlights, once you get your headlights to the crystal clear vision that you want them, I'd put a protectant on there to protect them from all them damaging sun's UV rays, like this Meguiar's Ultimate Headlight Protectant, or this headlight protectant. I haven't used very much of that, but I know that from a lot of people will tell you that their products work and stuff like that, but Meguiar's has been more than generous enough to prove it to me that it works, and their other products works as well, so I'm pretty good there. And then this here, I haven't tried this yet, and I'm probably not going to ever try it, because this is mainly just a quick detailer like what Meguiar's first came out with, like their that comes in a red bottle and it's like $4 or $5, but this is their gold class premium quick detailer. And I asked them what the difference between that was and their premium quick wax that they have and their ultimate quick wax and detailer, and they say by far the ultimate stuff is literally the ultimate. It's the best. So I don't think I'll use it. I mean, you can use it. I mean, it's mainly designed for darker color cars like black, specifically. But this here, speaking of ultimate, this is Meguiar's Ultimate Quick Detailer. This has water beading technology, and it's got hydrophobic polymers technology in it, which when you detail your car with this, basically what happens is any water that comes on contact with it will bead up and just run off. So I mean, it does the same thing with like wax does, but wax isn't like this stuff. So it's this detailer is more efficient to bead water off the surface than wax will, but this Ultimate Quick Wax has the same water beading technology in it. It's got those hydrophobic polymers in it and whatnot, so that helps. So you got your choices of what you want to use, and it's up to you. And it's, again, this is all by personal preference of what you want to use. But a lot of people say, they mainly going after the people that have been in this profession for quite some time now and experienced products. Honestly, I haven't been in it a whole long time. I haven't tested anything else like Turtle Wax, or I've tested Armor All stuff years ago, and neither one of them, especially Armor All, does not compete to Meguiar's and Mother's. Turtle Wax some of their stuff is pretty much shit, so especially you don't want to use none of their compounds and stuff, because they literally have little itty bitty rocks and sand in them that will scour and scratch your paint, and you don't want that. So And then some people ask, okay, what as far as interior goes, what should I use? Well, it's all by what you're looking for. If you're wanting just a cleaner and not really after shine, you just want it clean. There's Meguiar's Quick Detailer, Interior Detailer. It restores the factory look that wasn't glossy when it came out of the factory, and it's not lint tracting at all like some stuff. If you're wanting a natural shine with a medium shine and good protection, this natural shine is pretty good. And then they have a Supreme Shine, which I don't have, and an Ultimate Protectant that I don't have. I used to have that. That Ultimate Protectant is pretty good, mainly because it protects, it preserves all the plastic and stuff that you use it on and everything. But the downside is to anything that has any type of gloss to it, that a lot of people don't know. They might even soon figure it out or realize it, but they have a bad case of attracting a lot of dirt and lint and dust and stuff like that, and to the car, and it's easy to clean up, but it makes the job even more harder to clean. So I would just stick with something that's basically just going to get your stuff clean. And I know some people will say, well, I want protection too. Okay, well then I would just go with a natural shine from Meguiar's, or I would get the Mother's Protectant. I haven't used this stuff yet, but I heard it's really good, and it's not like Meguiar stuff where it tracks stuff, but it's all up to you what you want to use. So that's that. And then if you have leather and you want to preserve the leather, like I know on a lot of like these cruises, like in mine, they got the leather wrapped steering wheel and stuff like that. Some people kind of want to know if there's anything out there to use. I'm sure or what to use mainly. I know a lot of people know there's stuff out there for leather. What I would use, mainly because it's less messy, in a way it's not, but I would get Meguiar's Gold Class Rich Leather wipes. They're a cleaner and conditioner, so it cleans the leather and it conditions it. It preserves it over time to where it keeps it the leather fresh. It prevents it from cracking if you're gripping the steering wheel, and it's sometimes that leather stuff, it kind of gets wrinkled up from you grabbing it and stuff like that. There's two easy ways to prevent that. Number one, release the grip on your steering wheel. You're not, if you're not mad or anything, you don't need to be gripping the steering wheel, driving around like a pissed off teenager or anything like that. I mean, that's just the way it, needs to be. If you're mad, don't even get in the car. I mean, that's just a simple rule. If I'm mad, I don't get in my car because that causes issues. But aside, I would use that. And if you get like a stain in your carpet or something, Meguiar's makes it, but it's hard to find. They actually discontinued it, and luckily I still have some, but they call it Quick Out, and I'm sure probably some sellers on eBay probably still sell it too, and AutoGeek probably sells this stuff as well. But it works pretty good. There's directions to to how to use it and stuff like that. But yeah, that's basically some things that I use. So if you have any questions, look me up on Facebook or Cruise Talk or AutoGeek. My username for AutoGeek and all those forums for Meguiar's is Chevy Cruise 2012. Just try to find me or type in my name, Matt Lobrick, on Facebook or anything like that, and come ask me any questions. Last name spelled Lobbereechd, just so you can get it spelled right. Sometimes it's harder to find. So if you have any questions, look me up and I'll be happy to answer any questions that you may have. Thank you.